Hello all, welcome to another video on HTML programming. In this video, we are going to see a couple of topics. The first one will be HTML comments. HTML comments are not displayed in the browser, but they can help document your HTML source code. So it is always a good practice to use comment in your code because it will tell what you have been working on to the other developers who are working on the same project or same workspace, and it will also help you to come back and revisit your code and let you know that why you have used this point of code here and what it does. So it's always good to use comments in your code, and this is an example of a comment uh, for this paragraph right here. And to hide content, what does this do? Comments can be used to hide content. This can be helpful if you hide content temporarily. This means that if you are working on a code and if you want to check something and only that, you'll just comment another piece of code and you'll check the first piece of code right here, so that the commented code will not be displayed, and just you might comment that. That is one more use. You can also hide more than one line. Everything between this opening comment and closing comment will be hidden from the display. So in HTML, this is what comment uh, will look like. And an example is given below. This is a paragraph and everything inside this has been commented. So nothing will be displayed here, and these two will be displayed. And commenting this means that after you have checked this happens successfully, we can also uncomment it and check whether the whole code works and so on. Comments are also great for debugging HTML because you can comment out HTML lines of code one at a time to search for errors, like I have said so. To search for errors is a better practice because if you execute it one by one line, you will exactly know where the error is. So commenting is a good practice and useful on that aspect also. Hide inline content. So comments can be used to hide parts in the middle of the code. This great text is a paragraph. So if you see here, uh, this will mean that you can just put comment here to show a meaning to the paragraph which you have written. The great text is paragraph and so on. So some of the exercises have been given here. Always it's recommended to practice this so that you will know you understood all the parts which you have learned here. And the next is HTML colors. HTML colors are specified within a predefined color names or with RGB, X, HSL, RGBA or HSLA values. What are all of these? Either you can give just a color name, or you can just give an RGB value of the color or the hex value of the color. These are all color codes, and you can use all of these to give the values to your colors. For example, this tomato, orange, torch blue are color names. All these color names will also have RGB values or hex values associated with it. And if you want to give those values with that encoded value of that color, you can always give it also in the style. So you can set the background color by using these colors. Background color of Dodger blue, and for this paragraph the background color is tomato. And text color, you can always use text color by setting the property color to some value, giving the style attribute inside the element itself, inline styling. And you can always set this color property to the value of the color name which you want to give. And like so, this color property is used in border color also to set the border of the element. For example, in this h1 tag, the style attribute has a border property of 2 pixels thickness, and this solid here, the next thing will be the solid, whether it should be a full solid line or a dotted line and so on, and the color here which is tomato, or whatever color you prefer to give here. So this is how we have to give a border property with a property and a value like this, thickness, and how we want the border to be, the style of the border, the type of the border, and the color which you want to give. Yeah. So the color values in HTML, colors can also be specified using RGB, hex, HSL, RGBA, and HSLA values. Uh, we will see this here. The following three divs have their background color set with RGB, hex, HSL values. So everything is of same color. This orange tomato color, whose RGB value, hex, and HSL values have been given here. So if you give the particular property, I mean the value of the color here in any format, in any encoding values you can use to specify the particular color. The following two divs have the background color set to RGBA, which add an alpha channel to the color. Here we have a 50% transparency. So transparency can also be set using this RGBA. A stands for the how much percentage of the transparency you need to set. So that here is 50%, and so the color is dulled a bit. So that is how you will set a background color, and border color in HTML. That's it for this video. See you in the next one. We'll be discussing about HTML CSS. This is a very important and interesting topic. See you in the next one. If you like this video, do subscribe and like. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.